Hello everyone, Chrisman here. Some of you might recognize me through various routines and content. Others may not know who I am. I am president here at Bullworker and certainly enjoy putting together a lot of routines for you all to enjoy and to help build up your bodies so that it is fit enough to do and perform at your lifestyle. Today I want to share a little bit more about me, myself, my journey, and kind of open up to you all and get a little more in touch with the Bullworker family. So first thing, I guess a lot of people are wondering is how did I get involved with Bullworker? What is my introduction to Bullworker? And I would say that started early. Certainly John Hughes being the father of mine who overtook Bullworker back in the late 90s. And so here I am as a child of John Hughes, the famous John Hughes, a lot of you might know. And he's, of course, exercising with the Bullworker regularly, showing it to us and something for me to kind of play around with. Now at that stage, I had not a lot of understanding of fitness. It was more kind of a toy. Now as my fitness journey began to grow, I ended up playing a lot of sports in high school, and one of the main parts of that piece for football was weight training. And so I was lifting weights all through high school and college. Certainly no regrets, enjoyed it, but eventually after graduating college, I said, you know what, I don't have time to spend that amount of time in the gym anymore. Let's see what this Bullworker lineup's all about. And so I moved off to North Carolina, started teaching for a first-year teacher. Any of my teachers out there know that it takes a lot of planning and a lot of dedicated hours. And so for me, and then obviously on a budget. So for me, spending time at the gym was not something I wanted to do, and especially not spend money on the gym. And so I started with the Bullworker lineup, the two Bullworkers as you know them, the Steel Bow and Bow Classic, as well as the Iso Bow and Iso Gym. And quickly I was blown away at how fast my fitness increased. So yes, I lost some of that bulky, heavy weightlifting muscle, but my movement, my mobility, my overall definition just improved, and I was blasting these workouts in 30 to 45 minutes. And so now all of a sudden, here I am experiencing Bullworker, what my dad has been preaching my whole life, and say, okay, wow, these are pretty phenomenal pieces of equipment. And so then fast forward a couple years after that, and I traveled through South America, and all I brought was, I actually keep it on my desk, is this little Iso Bow. And I put this Iso Bow in my backpack, carried it in my pocket, whatever, it fit very nicely. And after 8 months of traveling, no other fitness routines, just using the Iso Bow, I came back and blown away again by the fitness level I was able to achieve with the Iso Bow. And I said, okay, John, what are we doing with this? And I think we've got some really special products here. And so fast forward to today, that's kind of my introduction to Bullworker and how I got involved. And I still stick to the Bullworker training regimen, and that is my primary focus on fitness. Certainly I have an active lifestyle with surfing, snowboarding, rock climbing, mountain biking, all different sorts of extracurriculars, but my sole training and constant is Bullworker, and it's something that has enabled me to continue to perform even when I take time off at those sports and hobbies that I like to do so. So something I touched on earlier in that story of how I was introduced and familiarized with the Bullworker was my transition from the gym to Bullworker training. And I would say right after college was when I hung up the weights, if you will, and went off to teaching and put up that lifestyle of going to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, spending hours in the gym and lifting heavy weights. And so that was over 8 years ago now, and have not looked back. Feel solid, don't ever feel like I'm lacking any type of fitness because of it. Now certainly have I been in and out of the gym every now and then with friends or other acquaintances, certainly. And one of the things that In fact, I was just over at a friend's who put together a circuit workout And one of the things I was pretty fascinated and proud of was I brought along our new IsoFlow, and then I put 3 stations together and they put 3 stations together. And one of the things they said at the end there was how effective the IsoFlow was and how surprisingly shocking it was to their body. And then on my end, I was very pleased with how well I was able to keep up with their weight training, if you will, in their circuits. So I'd say 8 years ago is when I hung up the weights and stopped going to a gym and fully transitioned into Bullworker training. So one of the things I really enjoyed about Bullworker training was that application to real life activities and the things I like doing. And an example would be, say, rock climbing. And rock climbing incorporates, similar to other sports, which is what ties into Bullworker, of that niche and that focus of isometric training. And so when I'm out doing a sport or when I'm out doing rock climbing, I'm holding a position for a while I figure out my next move and staying composed. And so one of the things I think that is either A, too forgotten, and B, the fitness industry for so long has belittled or pushed down is isometric training. And I think now you're seeing an isometric training come back. Why? Because it's so effective and it's so applicable to the real world. And so what ended up happening was fitness companies, as you know, there's so many fad fitness companies that come and go and they kind of hit it for 1 year and then you've never hear of them again. And those type of companies didn't see ways of profiting on isometrics. And so looking at Bullworker, who has been around for nearly 60 years, still harping isometrics is the fastest way, proven time and time again, to build strength. And so what that does, it is also allows you to get into that deeper connective tissue of the tendons and the ligaments, which allowed me, when I translated into, say, rock climbing or other sports outside. And so that's one of the things I really enjoy about the Bullworker training, is how easy it is and how effective it is to incorporate isometrics into your exercises. But with that being said too, the ability to add on the isomotion and the isotonics to ensure that your mobility and your movement performance is still enhancing as well. So one of the things I really enjoy about Bullworker, ever since I hung up the weights back in 2012, I found that one of the advantages it was to my lifestyle was when I was teaching and I was learning those new traits and putting together lesson plans, I didn't have a lot of time. So Bullworker allowed me to effectively get the training in that I needed quickly. So fast forward now 8 years and I'm still where time is valuable to me, and I'm sure it's valuable to you as well. And so one of the benefits of Bullworker training to me is I'm able to maintain my lifestyle, my work life, and my social balance. And so what it does is it allows me to effectively train on my time and quickly, so I can get on with the things that I want to do. And then a lot of those things, as mentioned before, that I want to do are fitness related. And one of the benefits about my Bullworker training is it allows me to go, say a friend calls me up and says, hey, let's go for a bike ride, or hey, let's go do some rock climbing. I may not have been training or climbing or doing those activities regularly up to that point, but Bullworker allows me to hop right in and not miss a beat and feel like I'm lacking that physical ability to perform out there. And so for me, I would say that is one of the beauties of Bullworker as a young professional, is I value my time. And certainly some people love going to their studio or their gym and that's kind of their hobby. But for me, what I really enjoy about it is it allows me to do my work and then get my fitness levels up and training on my time, and then get out there and use that fitness in what I enjoy outside, whether it be with friends or even putting together the portability aspect of Bullworker and putting together a workout routine outside at the park, whatever it might be, and continue to give that gift of personal health and fitness. So that's one of the things I really find that Bullworker fits into my lifestyle, is that really transitioning that work-life balance between work, training to be fit enough to go perform at what I love doing. So with that being said, one of the things that is important and why it works for me is it's important to maintain a consistent fitness routine. And Bullworker's simplicity and convenience is what allows me to maintain that. And so I use the isobow every day of the week for a morning stretch and a little isometric work. But when it comes to full-on training with the Bullworker, I'm generally training easily 3 to 4 times a week, if not more, 5 or 6. And again, that's just on an average week. So that is one of the things I really find valuable about Bullworker is it allows me to maintain a continuity to my fitness program. And I don't look back and say, oh man, I haven't worked out this week, or I need to work out more, because it's so simple and it could give me anywhere from a quick isometric blast, taking anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, to a full total body extensive training program that's going to take anywhere to 45 minutes to an hour or more. And so in general, I work out about 4 times a week on average, and then certainly weeks where I can go more, and certainly sometimes where something may have come up and I might go a little less. But certainly the isobow is something that finds its way into my daily routine in the morning to get the blood flowing and the movement and that awakening for the day, if you will. So all of that to say, and in sharing this story, is how much Bullworker has enhanced my life around the whole spectrum. And again, going back to maintaining the fitness to do what I love, the convenience and simplicity to plug it into my schedule that works for me. And as a whole, how has Bullworker impacted me? I mean, gosh, it's such a beautiful opportunity that I have that I'm so grateful for. Not only to be able to train with the Bullworker and everything, but to be actually the president and part of Bullworker, to where I'm working with the Bullworker family and you all, and helping you all achieve your fitness goals. And your fitness goals vary from, I want to be able to play with the grandkids, to I want to be top-notch physical athlete. And so those are fun challenges for me to be able to connect with you all and put together those programs that help you find those solutions. And so as a whole, certainly Bullworker is my job, it's my work, but it's also something I enjoy. It's something I do regularly. I do it with friends, and when friends join in, they enjoy it as well. And so as a whole, I would say my story with Bullworker that I want to share with you is it's such a simple, convenient opportunity for you to be able to pick up and use at whatever skill level it is, and start to see and feel and accomplish those benefits. And so I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to my story, sharing kind of my journey with Bullworker. And I certainly appreciate all of you coming with all of your questions and sharing your videos and stories as well. And once again, thanks for taking the time to listen to my story, and we will see you the next time.